Hey, it's Fatzoid here, and I have a big problem with this game that I want to talk about. I'm trying to get some good game footage for my Duel Live video that I do every Thursday. Subscribe if you want to be a Sigma male. I am trying to get this footage, and for this, I noticed a trend, and I am not kidding you when I say every other game, I have been seeing the same FTK deck over and over. It's like nonstop. It's actually insane. I've played against this deck a lot on the ladder too, especially when I'm trying to make new videos, just like my Zombie World video that I made yesterday. I actually included for that particular deck, I had to include copies of Twin Twisters because of how many times I keep playing against it. For people who don't know what I'm talking about, here's a short clip of the deck in question. Oh my gosh, another one of these decks, dude. I just keep seeing it. Oh, wow, you're so good, dude. So talented. Look at this. Oh, yep, of course he gets it, yep. So good at this game, dude. Wow. Look at that. You can tell that Duelist B, that their mother's very proud of them. Very proud of them. That was really skillful. Awesome. As you can see here, it's so brainless to play, and most decks do not have a response to it. Most decks I see on the ladder do not have quick play effects, or the hand traps they do have will only interact with maybe them trying to gather pieces. Like if you have Ash Blossom, you might be able to stop one of their pots, but at the same time, it won't stop the actual combo from happening. So now I figured I have to do a PSA warning to make people play either quick play spell, back row removal, and if you do this, you'll at least have a fighting chance. If you play Twin Twisters, 3 copies of it, you will have, as you can see here, I put in a little calculator for you guys. You'll have a 40% chance of opening it in your opening hand, and that includes your draw, because the only way they really do this, for the most part, is when they go turn 1 and they do this because you have nothing on the board to really interact with it. So with this deck, what happens is they sequence the cards in a very specific way because they have to. They will play Banquet of Minions to exile both extra decks, and then after that fully resolves, then they try to flip their 2 traps to blow you out of the game. So the traps will do 4,500 damage apiece. That's 9,000 damage. You're probably going to be dead. The trick is, after they play Banquet of Minions, you want to either cast whatever quick play spell removal. In my case was Twin Twisters. So you want to Twin Twisters the other 2 set cards. Now this gets a little more confusing if they set, let's say, set 4, because now you're playing a guessing game, which is why I like Twin Twisters. If you do what I told you to, they cannot OTKO you, and you will 100% win the game right there. Like, it's really hard to lose if you just get rid of this beginning combo, because now they'll have no cards in their hand, and they're going to be in a pretty tough spot. Honestly, Twin Twisters I think is actually pretty good right now. It's pretty budget. I'm pretty sure it's a super rare. A lot of the top decks are using a lot of back row, so this might be just good in general for the metagame right now. But this isn't just limited to Twin Twisters. If you really wanted to, you could run Cosmic Cyclone, or if you didn't want to, you could also run Mystic Space Typhoon if you wanted to. But I do not recommend MST, because if you're just going to play a back row removal that hits 1 card, you're better off playing Cosmic Cyclone, because that at least removes it from the game. So it'll actually hurt a deck like Eldritch or something like that. I think Twisters is good enough. I think it's good to counter this type of deck since it hits both cards, especially if they only have 3, and it will save you all your life points if you do that. So the big question comes, do I think this deck should be banned? Well, I think, honestly, since we have a best of 1 format currently, it might be best for the game if they do ban the deck, since any new player coming into the game will probably rage quit for the amount of times they will play against this deck. Because I am not kidding you, when I was playing ladder for the zombie video, which was pretty recent, that I was literally playing against it like every other deck. I wasn't even bothering showcasing it. Like in that video, I didn't even bother showing me playing against the deck, because it's just such a boring matchup. You either have the twin twisters and you win, or you don't and you lose. So it's not very interesting to watch to begin with. But if this deck continues to stay in the format, even with this best of one, I would say your best bet is to just keep playing quick play, back row removal, or even you have the option of like, let's say you play against this deck like 3 times in a row. You have the option to just be like, you know what, I'm going to edit my deck and start adding twin twisters in it just to counter this deck. Because it's not fun just losing with no way of counterplay. There's like 0 counterplay to it, unless you have the specific card in your deck. So yeah, if this deck continues to stay in the format, your best choice, add some quick play back row removal and collect some free wins.
That's right, Poopy Head! My mommy says I'm really strong!